What is up, you wonderful people? It is I, Nima. So something you guys may not be aware of is last year I was ranked in the top 10 in Mario Super Rush Golf, which is, an achievement of some sort. Like, look, it's kind of like being the least corrupt politician. Like, yeah, it's an achievement, but most likely it's because no one else was trying. And I get that, especially because this was before any of the updates and everything. But I did put hours and hours and hours into Super Rush Golf, namely because, well, it was one of the only things that helped me in panic attacks, and I had so many goddamn panic attacks last year that, well, yeah, that turned out. Anyway, I want to talk about a game that truly tested my ability to play golf, and had me ripping out my hair and understanding why Tiger Woods did the things he did. Before we get into that, though, I want to remind you guys to please hit that like and subscribe button. We are so close to 500. Once we get there, then I'm going to be badgering you guys till we get to 1,000, and just keep going, because that's how this whole YouTube thing works. Anyway, Cursed to Golf is an indie game that has you as a championship golfer. You're one of the best in the world. You're like me in Super Mario Golf Rush or whatever it's called. No, I'm just kidding. You're actually good. But anyway, so you are in the big championship, and you're up. Was it Green Jacket? I think that's what they get. I don't know. I don't know that much about golf, to be honest. But whatever. You're about to be Hall of Fame, best in the world, and at that moment, you see the same fate as a lot of other golfers do, and you get struck by lightning, but you're killed, and you go to the bad place. Well, sort of the bad place. You're not hanging out with Kristen Bell or Ted Danson, but you are in fact in purgatory. Now, in purgatory, you are cursed to golf. Like, you have to keep golfing to dig yourself up out of purgatory and into the good place. Again, without Kristen Bell or Ted Danson. I think he's overusing that joke a bit much. Yeah, it's too much. I don't know, and does he even care about people who've never heard of The Good Place? What about people in other parts of the world? He's hack. That's what he does. He finds something he likes and he just sticks with it. So yeah, Cursed to Golf has totally drove me insane, as you can probably tell. This game is incredibly hard, arguably one of the hardest games I've played in quite a while. And for so many different reasons other than just not mechanically able to perform those actions. Like, there's games like Metroidvanias where, yeah, I just suck too much. And I know that that's the problem, is my hands are, well, they're challenged. But when it comes to this game, it can be a myriad of things that love just popping up and showing their face to totally screw you over. And that happens enough. But the problem is with this game is that it's fun enough and challenging enough that you're kind of addicted to keep trying and keep playing. Plus, you really want to explore more of the story, like what's going on with this place. As you do descend into purgatory, you also meet someone called the Scotsman. And he keeps talking about someone called the Greenskeeper and all these people or deities or entities or whatever they are. You don't really know anything about them, so you definitely want to explore, and you want to see, can I finally make it an entire 18 holes? And let me tell you, when I made it 10 holes without dying and having to restart, I about wept. Like, it was one of the proudest moments. I'm showing people pictures and screenshots. I'm like, look what I did. Oh my God, I did. Yeah, I didn't celebrate that much when my daughter was born, but I get 10 holes without dying in Cursed to Golf, and that becomes my epitaph, like my epic journey. And needless to say, totally beefed it in hole 11 and had to restart, because that's the way rogue games are. But you are given quite a few tools and little tricks to your advantage. For instance, the spin is really easy to do in this game. There's a lot of golf games where the spin is difficult to implement and it doesn't make much of a difference. This game, it makes a huge difference. It almost to the point where if this game wasn't so difficult, the spin would be totally OP. But then you also have cards where you can actually just add more strokes to your par, or you can, I think that's how you do it, or basically you can give yourself more chances, or you can blow up TNT, which there's TNT throughout this entire game, which kind of blocks paths for you, and at best will actually ricochet your ball when you hit it, so it's better to have it blown up and out of the way. There's cluster shots where you're going to hit the ball and it'll split up into 3 balls, and you get to choose which one has the better landing for you. A mulligan, so when you just really screw up, you can kind of rewind time. You can stop the ball in midair with one of these cards, or you can also do things like just drop the ball. There's a ton of different cards. I'm pretty sure I haven't even unlocked unlocked all of them. There's a bunch of them, and that's kind of your reward in the game because you are given money, but that money doesn't really go many places. There is like some outfit accessory stuff, which I'm still not sure if you actually have to pay for because I didn't so far. But again, I'm only in like hole 10 or 11. Like that's my masterpiece right there. So if later on there's more, then I don't know. But I will say that for the most part, most of your money goes to these cards, which really do help you elevate your game and continue playing, which is a little bit weird for somebody who's used to playing more of like a golf style game where you're focused on few strokes as possible to get to the hole. Like that's your whole thing. And that sounds really dirty. I didn't realize how bad golf sounded. But anyway, like that's your whole goal. So using these cards and doing all these kind of things just kind of feels like cheating. But after you kind of get used to it, you realize like you have to do that. If you don't, then you're dead. You're never going to make it past hole 1. So anyway, I think that Curse to Golf is incredibly beautiful. I love the pixel art in it. I love the story that it's trying to tell, so far anyway. I love the mechanics, and I love the idea of a rogue golf game. I think it's creative, unique, something that's never been done before. But until I actually beat the game, I can't say that it's a masterpiece or it's amazing. But I would definitely suggest to anyone who's interested in getting it to go ahead and get it, because there is just so much fun, so much addictive. That like constant loop of wanting to keep playing is definitely alive and well with this game, and it responds really well, controls great, has pretty decent sound, level design is top notch. I can't see a thing that's too like problematic with this game. Unless you don't like roguelikes and you don't like difficult games, then you're gonna hate this game, because yeah, you'll get past hole 1 and you'll go, I'm screwed. Like, yeah, like that's this game. Like, it's brutal, but it's fun, and that's kind of what's important with games, right? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. You have a fantastic weekend, and what's left with it. I love y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.